Hello, everybody. I have another amazing client of mine here with me today, Hilary. Hilary, why don't you introduce yourself a little bit?
I'm 43 years old. I'm the mother of two teenage boys. I've been married for 20 years. Um, and I do a various number of different types of jobs.
I love that. Just like a jack of all trades. It's awesome.
Yes.
All right. So, how about you start off and just tell everybody how you found me, what got you started, in all of this?
Um, well, I was struggling with my weight again after quitting smoking, and I just was getting to that place where I had been mentally preparing and really asking God to show me how can I get through this again. And I found you on Facebook, and the whole having the Bible tied in and having it be more of a spiritual um, group or program,
Mm-hmm.
for lack of a better word, just really piqued my interest because it felt like that's what I was really looking for.
Yeah.
So I joined the Facebook group.
Yeah. So, you joined the Facebook group. You did the Empowered Challenge a couple of challenges ago.
Yep.
And tell me a little bit about what happened in the challenge and what piqued your interest to just even think about doing Reclaimed.
Um, well, the challenge was great. I mean, it was just simple information that I really already knew, but thinking about it in a completely different way, not in a worldly way. And it was just so encouraging to see the other comments from, other Christian women who are struggling with the same thing and just really seeking the same sort of change in their life.
Yeah.
So the discovery call, I hemmed and hawed about that. Sometimes I have a problem with commitment. And saying no. So like I didn't want to get myself in a position where I was going to have to say no, but I thought, what could it hurt? This just came up out of the blue when I really needed it, and let's see what this is all about. So I did the discovery call.
Yeah, and you bring up a really good point. Like, I hate like getting in those pressured sales calls
Yeah.
where you feel that you have to say yes before you get off the call. And I
Yeah.
get nervous about those too. It's like, oh, I'm going to be pressured into something I don't really want to do.
Yeah. And I don't like to disappoint people. So,
Uh-huh.
people pleasing is one of my things, but
I find that to be very common. Yes.
yeah.
Me too. I like to say I'm a recovering people pleaser. I'm working on that.
Yes. Yeah, me too.
So tell me why you decided to say yes to Reclaimed.
Well, I'm not going to lie. I tried to say no. I really tried hard to say no.
Yep.
I prayed about it. I asked my husband about it. I thought, oh boy, he's going to say, no way. You're not spending money on that. And he was so agreeable and supportive, and there just wasn't there was no out for me. So, and really, I only wanted to say no out of fear,
Mm-hmm.
because it was different. And I was stepping outside of that comfort zone for me that, I can handle this. I've done this before and I can do it again. And I just really wanted to believe that, but God wanted me to be weak in that moment. So I signed up.
And actually, one thing I think about that moment is we feel weak, but I think that's when we're the strongest because that's when we're fully leaning into God and where He's
Yes.
leading us to.
Yes.
That is when, the enemy is attacking with just a ton of fear and anything to block you from going in a direction that is going to be beneficial for you. So
Right.
yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
So tell everybody a little bit about your experience in Reclaimed. Um, what were some of your wins? What were some big insights for you?
Um, well, just being in the group was a win because group things aren't my thing. So, but I went into it committing to really make the most of it, and not to just to sit back and be mousy and not engage. So I really put a lot of effort into participation, and when I saw some of the other girls feeling the way I knew I was feeling, I hopefully taking the reins and doing it would give them some confidence. So that was beneficial to me in a wide variety of ways. But the mindset changes and the exercises that we did and the discussions that we had about things we've been telling ourselves all our lives and struggling with, and why we just couldn't move beyond them. Changing the way we were thinking, even if you're not believing it in that moment, was huge, just huge. And when you're continually telling yourself negative things, it's difficult for you to pick a different path. So having you and the group to help me guide that way was just life-changing.
Yeah.
So
One thing you had said on our discovery call is that you were really focused on numbers and you were just tired of being so focused on numbers, counting and weighing and all of this.
yeah,
What has happened in that area?
I have gained freedom from numbers. And that was like going into this season of my life again, looking at having to lose some weight. I knew that I could do it like that. I could count the numbers and I could be successful, but it just didn't feel right. It didn't feel like what I really needed this time out of it. So I just really wanted the freedom from that. I didn't want to have that functional tie to my food life, putting so much effort and importance into the numbers, whether it was calories or, in or calories out, or, what's on the scale or what size my pants are or what the measuring tape says, any of that stuff just felt so oppressive to me. And it didn't bring me any kind of peace or comfort in my body.
Yeah. And that's what we tend to do. We get just so wrapped up in the numbers that we actually like disconnect from our body
Yeah.
and what it's telling us and how amazing God has made it to be able to like tell us and let us know when we need fuel and what's going on. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Because it was all about, I didn't give my body credit for anything. I was giving all the credit to the numbers. And if my weight went up, then I was failing. If my weight went down, then I was succeeding. And that's such a wrong
Mhm.
way to look at it. There's so much more room for success without that restriction in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Now, we're going to talk about the numbers just here for a second. What were your results from the Reclaim group?
From July, when I started the Empowered, until we ended Reclaimed in beginning of October,
Mm-hmm.
I lost 23 pounds.
That's awesome. That's
Pretty effortlessly too. I worked hard at it, but not the way I had before. I started all of this, and I really committed to myself that I was not going to get crazy about calorie counting. I was just only going to focus on, eating the best food. And I was not going to kill myself with exercise, working out 2 hours a day to get crazy deficits. And so I've really only been committing to 30 to 40 minutes of exercise 5 days a week, because I wanted it to be something I looked forward to and not like, ugh, I can't do this again, because that's how it got before. It was really a job that I was doing, And so with what I consider minimal exercise and no counting calories, I lost 23 pounds.
Yeah. And really, it was just becoming aware of your brain and your body. That's what it came down to. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So as maybe some of you have gathered, she was in not this past reclaimed group, but the reclaimed group coaching before. Mm-hmm. But I wanted to bring you back because what happened after the reclaimed group? What did you decide to do?
I decided to continue my work with you through private coaching. Mm-hmm. Because I felt like although I'd gained a lot of tools to use and new information, ways to think about things, I just didn't feel like I was ready to do it all by myself. Mm-hmm. And that maybe even through doing private coaching sessions, it would be more. I mean, in the group session, you have to pay attention to everybody. So if it's just one-on-one, we were going to be able to focus directly on my feelings and the things that I needed to work out.
Yeah.
And again, it was really what God wanted me to do, because I had a bad couple of months with my son, and you really helped me get through those emotions. And I didn't backpedal in my plan to be healthy and to feel well. And, I didn't let that disparage bring me back to that place of feeding my emotions. Mm-hmm. And also it really opened my eyes in the private session, how, even though initially the intention was to lose some weight and to do it the right way and in a more spiritual way, everything that we talked about and everything that we learned for mindset changes and for committing to your decisions and, just all of it can be applied to every part of my life. Mm-hmm. In issues I'm having with family or friends, in, my work with the town, and just anywhere. It was just amazing that, wow, all this came out of weight loss.
That is the key right there. Like, this doesn't just apply to weight loss. Now, I love it. I coach on weight loss.
Yeah.
This is going to apply to every area of your life. When you learn how to manage your brain, and when you learn how to follow through on what you say you're going to do for yourself, and you tap into that self-control that's inside of you, it affects everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And it's really a disservice to the world that people view self-control as only being tied to a food thing, because mm-hmm. we need it in so many other areas of our life. It's not.
So many. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So what was just one thing that you were just really excited about, like achieving in private coaching, or like understanding or getting to kind of?
The inner battle that I have, I have a couple really strong areas where I'm totally split and on either side of the fence, and realizing that it was because I wasn't committing to what I actually wanted. So I say I want to feel good, but then I was still having that struggle of, but, I want to lose weight too. And letting that old voice leak in and put importance into that particular part, when I really, weight loss should be the secondary, because I just want to feel healthy, energetic, and like I'm taking care of my body, not sluggish, not depressed, not wanting to hide in my
Right.
house and not let anybody see me, so but I kept saying that's what I wanted, but I was still, half my commitment was still on that old goal, where it's all about what my body looks like, it's all about what size it is, it's all about what numbers on the scale. And so I really, I think, grasped that, and came to grips with the fact that I have to commit one way or the other. And until I do that, if I don't do that, I'm just going to continue to do the back and forth and struggle.
Right.
So,
Yeah. Like we really uncovered that the desire that God put on your heart was to have this energy, to feel, good in your body.
yeah,
And you wanted to equate that to, well, it's a certain number on a scale.
yeah,
And what, we came to realize is that those two don't equal each other.
no,
And
no,
that's
because
what God was really trying to reveal to you. You don't have to get there to feel good.
right, right. Yeah, because I mean, I could weigh even less now, but if I'm still eating sugar on a daily basis, I am not going to feel good. I can be thin and still feel yucky.
Right. And there's truth
So,
to that. And even just mentally, like you could get to that weight and not have the energy and not feel comfortable in your skin.
right,
There is a
right.
whole other process for that. So, yeah.
Yeah, which is true. I mean, I was there before. I was, weighed less than I do now. Then I was at my lowest. I got to 140, and I maintained for 10 years. But it was that old, if I just could get there, then I'll be happy. And I never was. I mean, I had energy and I was strong and in the best shape of my life, but my mind wasn't in a good shape. The importance was in that number, and it didn't make me love myself more. It didn't make me feel more confident about myself,
No,
because it was all about those numbers.
right.
Yeah.
And those things hold us back from serving and truly being
Yeah.
a light. Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
So what are your thoughts about moving forward? What are you excited about?
I am excited about practicing all these things. Um, and I am excited about the numbers that I'm going to use for data moving
Yeah.
forward. Use them for what they are, to learn new things about my body so I can make adjustments in the type of food I'm eating to, to minister to how I'm feeling
Mm-hmm.
inside. And loving the process. Just practicing loving the process of it. Just letting it happen in the time that God wants it to happen in, and just not dwelling on, when am I going to get there? When am I going to get there? Because you don't get there. There is no there to get to.
There
It's,
isn't. There's
I mean,
milestones along the way, but really, this is just a big long journey.
right. I mean, it's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
If you're doing this for life, then it's never going to end. And so the data is important, so you can make adjustments when you need to, and that's what I'm excited about.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything you would like to share with someone in this challenge that maybe is interested in Reclaim or wants to sign up for Reclaim, or maybe even private coaching, maybe the group isn't their thing, but they're really unsure about moving forward?
Do it. I I mean, I had every fear. I had every excuse in the book why not to do it. I'm smart enough. I'm capable. I should be able to do it by myself because I'm a Christian. I trust in God. I shouldn't need help. But let someone help you. We're built for a relationship. We're built to fellowship with people. Our job is to encourage one another. And so let someone help you. Let someone show you a different way to think things. Let somebody teach you how to celebrate. That's a big one.
That is a big one.
And just let someone be there for you. And, money doesn't matter and time doesn't matter. And, what really matters is getting to just a healthier, more spiritually connected place with your body.
Yeah.
Just getting back to where God wants you to be.
Yeah. God, I truly believe that God puts that desire on our heart to really take care of this temple, because he knows what a benefit, not only like to our bodies and our brains, but what a benefit and blessing we can be to the world.
Right. Because if you are oppressed by all of this, then you're not available to do that encouragement to others. And I definitely feel way more available than I did before.
Tell me a little bit about that, because that is one of my favorite things I love hearing from, and I hear it from all my clients. They start telling other people. Tell us about that.
Well, I mean, when I started this, I was really struggling with depression. And, I say it was tied to my weight, which, maybe some of it was, but really I truly believe that it was more tied to the food that I was eating. But anyways, I mean, somebody would drive in my driveway and my first thought would be, oh, I got to deal. I have to talk to somebody. I have to deal with, what do they want? Why can't people call me and warn me they're going to come over, so that I could mentally prepare myself and then pretend to be hospitable? But, it's not so much like that, because I'm ready. I feel better mentally. I'm not as down or wanting to stay away from everybody. So when things surprise me, I'm ready for it. And I don't get those feelings of, oh, I got to deal with somebody again. Yeah. And it's just helped me to really be more assertive in the things that I say too. I'm the chair of the select board in my town, and everything we do is in public, in open meeting, and that is not my strength. But through this and things that I've learned about, you can't control people, you can only control how you react, it has helped me to be more assertive and be the leader in that situation. So
yeah, I love that.
It's really touched every part of my life.
Yeah, that's the beautiful thing about this. It really does. There's nothing it doesn't touch. And I can't stress it enough. This isn't just about weight loss. This is about so much more.
And it leaks out of me. My husband has said, boy, I've learned so much since you started doing this. And
I love that. Yeah, that's good. Let's spread it. All right. Well, thank you, Hilary. I so appreciate you being on here and talking to these women. if you are at all interested in reclaimed or coaching, even if you just have that like seed of just wondering what it could be like, sign up for a discovery call. I'd be happy to talk to you about it, kind of guide you through what's going on, and then you get to make the decision.
Yep.
Right?
You do. You do.
Yeah.
There's
All
no
right.
pressure from Amanda.
No, God's got that. I don't need to
That's
be there to pressure you
yeah.
people. All right, you guys, we will talk again soon. Thanks, Hilary.
All right. Thank you.